Hi, I'm Laura Sky, and if you know me, you know that I love chastity, and I am so excited that it is Locktober. Make sure if you are doing Locktober, you're checking out my check-ins every day. We'll be doing one of those every single day, so follow along, but we're also going to be doing some extra videos. And as you can see, I have some boxes. House of Denial have been lovely enough to send me 2 of their new cages to have a first look, an unboxing, and let you know what I think about them. So I have been sent the Athena and the Orion, which are from their Olympus collection. I previously did a review of their Hera cage, and I quite liked it. It had a hex lock, which is something that's quite unique. But this time I asked them to send me a combination of different cage sizes, different lock styles, and different colours. So I don't quite know what's going to be in these boxes. Let's find out together. And as always, these reviews are totally honest. Brands know when they send me stuff that I might break it, because I am silly. It wouldn't be the first time that I had broken something. So we have a little card in here, welcome to the Pantheon. It has all of the different cages on it. And a little bit of info. Oh, I like this. Actually, I really like this. So it says, communicate about your needs and desires with your partner or key holder, secure consent from all parties, separate the keys and always have access to a backup one, test the device before use lube and stay clean. Okay, I like this. I like this little info card. This is super useful. Even if you have worn chastity before, you might have found it difficult or you might not have quite learned all the tips and tricks. So this is definitely handy. Okay. Ooh, does it tell me what one it is? I can see what it is. I don't know which style it is. It is did you see that before I did? Did I have this face in the camera? So this one is the Olympus 3 Orion, the hex lock in wood. So I'll give you a close-up look at that. I have to be a little bit careful how I'm holding them on YouTube, but I like this. Oh, it's got a little design on it. Okay, that's cute. Okay, so comes with a nice little bag to keep everything in, and these. So I'm assuming this is a 60 ring. I did ask for the smallest and largest rings, and I told them to just surprise me. So surprised I am. When you put it on, you need to make sure that you put the base ring on first, as with every cage. And what I like about kits that you can choose the sizes for is that you can adapt them. So if you have a base ring that's comfy and then you think, okay, this cage is actually too big for me or it's a little bit too small, you're able to just change one part of it to really get a good fit. We're not going to lose anything today. I think I'm going to go and get my Hera cage once I've done this, but I think this has been an upgrade from how the other one fits together. Ooh, that was satisfying. Okay, do you want to hear it up close? It's got like a little ridge there as well. Don't know if you can see it, but anyway, I just wanted to give you the click up close. So satisfying. So anyway, you would put the base ring on, then put the cage itself on and get these in. Now, it's been a little while since I did use the Hera cage. I will link it below if you want to have a look at that one. But this feels a lot more sturdy to me. The way that these are screwing in, from memory, feels a lot more secure. So I think there's definitely been some upgrades. We'll find out. But let's see. So what I will say, pulling it is like pretty forceful. I think if I put a little bit more force on this, it would break. So there is quite a lot of flex there. And I do think if I pulled it full force, you know, you're not going to be pulling it full force while it's on you. It is maybe something to keep in mind that this does seem like quite flexible material. I don't know if that's just because of the way that it's been printed or the colour or something to do with the composition, but you can see that it is flexing quite a bit. And the ring also does flex, not much, but I can feel it just, I don't know if you can see that, when I kind of push it, it is moving a tiny, tiny little bit. So I think something to keep in mind. I do quite like the wood effect. It's very different. I hadn't seen any wood effect cages before, so that's kind of fun. It's a little bit of a riskier choice, so if you're looking for a different colour or a different style. So with the hex lock, a lot of people say, oh, but it's too easy to take off. Yeah, that's the point. The point is that it's easier to get off and on. And when we go to the other style, I have a suspicion that it is going to have a lump on the top. I've not had a look at these, by the way. I didn't know what I was getting. They just told me the names and I was like, that sounds fun. So when you're wearing this, it's obviously going to be a lot smoother in your clothes, but you are sacrificing some of the security. It all depends. I always think of chastity as kind of a mental game anyway. The cage just helps you. It's honestly so much easier to stay in chastity if you have a cage on rather than just mentally, because it puts a barrier between you touching yourself and then suddenly, oops, you know, my hand slipped. Oh wait, no it didn't. Maybe we need to get like an electric shock cage, but instead of internal, it's external. Let's not give anyone that idea, because some of you are crazy. Anyway, let us move on to this one, which was, did I say it was Athena? Once again, we've got our useful little info card. I like this. House of Denial have also provided me a sizing guide. It's on their website, they've got loads of info there, but it's pretty good, and I will link it below because I think it'll help you. So, ooh, exciting. So I didn't really show the other one like this because I was too busy trying to work out what was happening. Here we have, what was Athena? Yes, the Athena and the barrel lock in black. And again, we've got our little bag. And this is, oh, this is a tiny little ring. Look how small this is, look. Look at the difference. So this one's a 60 and this is a 36, I think it says. Yes. It's a bit hard to see on the black, but size difference there. And are we going to get a satisfying click again? I think we might. Are we ready? Yes. Ooh. This is quite hard to get back off. That other one did have the satisfying click, but it also pulled off a lot easier. This is actually loosening up after that first time. It's still quite hard to open though. So just something to bear in mind. And then your barrel lock goes inside here. Turn it and there we go. So I think I prefer this design more. It's a little bit fancier, but this is just like a plain everyday cage to me. This is just a kind of very standard open design. You know what I do like about this, actually both of them, is that they have quite a big gap, because sometimes, I'm trying not to get demonetized by touching it too much, but sometimes they only have a tiny, tiny little hole, and it can mean that it's actually quite hard to keep dry, it's quite hard to go to the toilet and stuff. So I think that's quite good. But look at how tiny this little ring is. It's so little. It is so tiny. Anyway, let's try and pull it apart. So yet again, it's flexing a bit. And the reason that I pull these cages and push them and stuff, might take a hammer to them at some point, the battle of the cages, is that I know you guys do put them through an awful lot of wear and tear. And cages can break. So you can see, I think, try and get close enough to camera, that there is a bit of a pull up here where the little legs go into the base ring. But overall, seems fine. Still quite flexible here. The cage itself is very solid. There is a slight bit of flex, but that's not going anywhere. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm going towards this one. This one's my favourite. This one is so tiny, but I'm like, I see cages all the time, right? I want something a bit different. I'm going to go and get the Hera that I reviewed before, and we can see if there's been any noticeable upgrades. So here is the Hera cage. If you're interested in watching that review, I will link it down below for you. And yeah, these definitely feel a lot looser going in and out than the other ones. I just want to open it up and see if it did have that extra kind of leg, purely because it has been a while since I did it. Okay, so it is the same design, very similar design, and it has a satisfying click. Forgot about that. But these little hex bolts are not as sturdy. And obviously that could be because they've been locked and unlocked a few times now, but I think it's maybe an upgraded design. Okay, so this one's pretty flexible as well, so I'm guessing it must just be the material that they're using to make them. But overall, I've given this quite a good pull. Pretty solid. In comparison with this one, it's still flexing. And I do think this one has a little bit more give in it than this one. Overall, these are pretty similar cages. These are both a hex lock. When you're looking at them, don't look too much at the sizes, because I do have different size cages and the rings are different. So this is a 56 ring, this is a 60. I also have a 45 here, which I got for my last review. So if we have like a little look at the size difference. So obviously when you're ordering your cage, you would make sure that you measured properly, and there are all these different ring sizes. You're obviously not going to go from a 45 to a 56, but you might kind of be between two of these sizes. I always recommend just reaching out to the company. They should be able to give you better guidance because they work with these all the time and they can really take your measurements and give you the proper sizing. I think, okay, I'm going to be mean about this cage. This one, bottom, then this one, then this one. So I think I still like the design of the oldest cage the most. I don't know if it's just because it's something that I'm used to seeing. It's kind of like a typical cage now, and it is a style that I always go towards. This one's quite similar, but it's a little bit more decorative. This was the Orion. And then the Athena is just like a standard cage. Like, I imagine somebody wearing this cage and just being totally denied. Like, this one, you're an exciting sub. This one, you're just like a good boy or a good girl. And this one, you're like a complete and utter servant who has no rights. I don't know if that's accurate, but like, you know. Anyway, let me know in the comments which one you would go for, and if you have tried their cages before, let me know how you're doing with Locktober. Oh, and if anyone has made it to the end of the video, House of Denial did offer to do a call with me and talk about their process for getting cages designed and how they kind of do quality control and things like that. I didn't want to do it before the review video just in case it swayed my opinions, but if it's something you're interested in, let me know if there's any questions you'd like to ask, and if I have enough interest, then I will definitely go and do that for you. So I hope you have a happy October, and remember, it is not too late to get started. No matter when you're seeing this video, you can always join in with Chastity. So Bye. I don't know why I've started waving at the end of videos. I'm back. I have something to add. The bags are smaller. So this is the Heroes one. We'll put that in there so I don't lose it. But these are a little bit on the small side. I know I still have these locked together. The smaller one fits in. But this one doesn't. It's a little bit difficult. I know you could open it up, but I think, yeah, just something to know. Not important for your actual caging, but yeah, it's a bit of a squeeze. I'm not convinced that a bigger cage would actually fit in here. I'm just gonna take it apart and see what happens. Let's find out. I could be wrong, and many a time wrong. I'm also quite impressed that nothing dramatic happened on this thing. If some of you have seen my other reviews, you might know that I've broken cages, lost things, launched parts across the room, spent a ridiculously long amount of time trying to work out how to put a cage together one time. Oops, there we go, launch. Right, okay, it does fit in when it's separate. Okay, but yeah, I do think it is still a little bit on the small side if you had a bigger cage.